What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We are here with another Tom MacDonald reaction. It's time we checking out his song called America. Okay. Now I've been seeing a whole lot of other reactors and their thumbnails and stuff. Some saying like, let's talk about it. Some other people saying you aren't going to be subscribed to me and everything after you watch this and everything. But we know Tom MacDonald. Sometimes he be out here spitting just straight facts. And, sometimes facts hurt people's feelings, right? But I'm always got an ear open, for anything that Tom MacDonald will talk about. If it's something I don't agree with, then, I'll speak up on it. If it's something I do agree with, then I'll speak up on it. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, let's go ahead, shut up and turn it up.
Lately, USA is getting scarier. Half of the Americans I see all hate America. They hate the cops doing their best to take care of us and kneel for the flag and salt the soldiers that we're burying. I'm tired.
Ooh. Okay. So I see where he's going, right? This kind of reminds me of the his track "No Lives Matter" when he was saying the patriots hate the America. Very land that they went and fought for, they come here and they end up hating it, right? Because of all the change and everything. And then also making remarks on the kneeling, right? The whole movement that Colin Kaepernick started when he kneeling, and saying, all right, I'm gonna kneel for that because, the national anthem and everything is saying, that wasn't made for me or whatnot, The truth is that, if you was born in America, you was born in America. It's your country, Of course, you got you can move, right? Of course, you can move out of it, but you can't complain about the country that you're in, but at the same time reap the benefits. You know what I mean? So that's my stance on that, right? If you're going to continue to enjoy the benefits of being in America, then you gotta, you either got to shut up or you got to get up out of here, And of course, I'm all for, if you see some injustice and you want to do some change and everything, of course, go about it, hopefully peacefully. But again, hey, oh man, I hate that. I hate you. Oh man, I hate you. By the way, can I borrow $5? Something's wrong there.
Doing their best to take care of us and kneel for the flag and salt the soldiers that we're burying. I'm tired of the pissing and complaining. Why you living in America if all you do is hate it? You think it's brave to take a stand against the nation? Real bravery is dying for the right so you can say it. Dear
Facts, man. Facts. And I think the reason why some of that might be a little bit too hard to grasp is because the value that people, I feel like the value of a life, like the understanding of a value of a life is missed. To sacrifice your life for something, like it's so heavy to die for something. A lot of people be like, oh man, you about ride or die and everything. But a lot of us, when it comes to that fact where if you would die for something, like would you or would you turn tail, right? Because it's your only life, right? Somebody out there sacrificing their only God-given life, right, for a country, come back and everybody's like, oh man, well, sucks that you went out there and died for the country and everything, boo boo and everything. I still hate it. Like that's kind of messed up though, right? It's kind of like you going to work, you putting in hard work, blood, sweat, and everything, and you expecting payment or at least some type of gratitude, and they say thanks and don't pay you, right? You'd have a problem with that, wouldn't you? That may not be the same energy, but almost on the same level. You know what I mean?
Think it's brave to take a stand against the nation. Real bravery is dying for the right so you can say it. Dear America, what happened to Americans? Apparently no one's aware or cares that it's embarrassing. It's arrogance. Our greatest enemy was always slavery and terrorists, and now it's people in the country trying to burn the heritage.
It's interesting, the ignorance and everything. I was came across somebody who was coming abroad, right? I was in college and he was from Istanbul, right? And, he was just kind of talking about the arrogance of Americans, right? Because he was saying, they learn English to come over here, their knowledge of the world was a lot greater and everything. And he came over here and he was like, how can you be so, I don't know what I said. I guess I came off as arrogant. I don't know what I said to him. This was so long ago, about almost about 8-9 years ago. I said something and he was like, man, all you Americans are arrogant. You don't learn about the country, other countries outside of yours. You don't bother to pick up another language or whatnot. And then when he said that, I was like, dang, bro, we really out here living blind, So, you ever get a friend that is from abroad, man, because they'll teach you a whole lot of stuff, man. Whole lot of stuff. It's very easy to get tunnel vision living here in America. Like, very easy. You wouldn't even know it. And that's a privilege in some ways.
It was always slavery and terrorists, and now it's people in the country trying to burn the heritage. I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't Republicans or liberals, it's mental illness. The internet is only interested in left opinions. Cancel culture's got more power lately than the First Amendment. If you don't like it, leave. We will not defund police.
The cancel culture has more power than the First Amendment. People are afraid. People are afraid to say what's on their mind because they don't want to, commit social suicide. And with the phones and everything, we pretty much, phones are probably the most used devices in our lives. People lose their phones and stuff. They're like, oh wow, I didn't know what to do with myself. You know what I mean? Because we're just so addicted to it. We want to be plugged in all the time. I say that as I'm making these reactions to YouTube. But yeah, people are afraid to say what's exactly on their mind. And Tom MacDonald has found a way to do it. You pretty much, somebody said something. They said, cancel culture don't work if you don't care. I mean, look at the baby, right? That man still putting out music, not caring the world, still ranking up all kinds of views. I mean, look at Tom MacDonald. Cancel culture don't work if you don't care. If you just out here spitting what you think is your truth and you stand by it and you don't flee with your tail between your legs at the sudden possible thought of a cancel, then it's like weathering the storm.
We don't want no riots in our neighborhoods or in the streets. We respect freedom of speech. We protect what we believe. We don't want nobody dead, so please do not tread on me. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you back your bag.
That's interesting. The freedom is the reason why you could disrespect the flag. I'm sitting there thinking if there's other countries where such actions, right, disrespect the flag could be met with swift consequences, And I'm pretty sure there are, right? Again, not arrogance, but like ignorance. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it's a quick Google search away. But yeah, you put things in perspective like that, right? There's certain things that we can just get out and say that you can get out on a street and like protest against the very own government that's governing you. I would like to think in some countries, maybe this might be my own ignorance, that you can't do that. And you could face serious time or punishment for such actions. But here in America, do it all you want. That's a freedom. That's a privilege.
America, does anybody know what the hell happened to the Patriots? Lately, this nation is so ashamed and hating itself. Did everyone forget that people died to pay for this ungratefulness? United States gave everything to you just to help. I just want to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family. I don't need your help to understand it was a tragedy. Can I just be thankful for my country eating happily without you trying to guilt me for the genocide and casualties? I can't help it, I just seem to see the world.
Interesting. Hold on.
Don't need your help to understand it was a tragedy. Can I just be thankful for my country eating happily without you trying to guilt me for the genocide and casualties?
Genocide and casualties. Of course, he's talking more about like for my instance, what I've heard, what he's talking about, like slavery and everything. But I think he's talking more about that, right? We're talking about like war, all the type of things that right, because this is America, right? So all the type of, and slavery was practiced in more places than just America. So he ain't talking about that. Right, genocide. We're talking about, I think, more war. Right, said you can't. I do believe that you can't hold present people accountable for past people's actions. You know what I mean? Especially when they ain't even done anything, and you're holding them to judgment for that. I don't think that's fair. That isn't fair at all. Right? Just be a good human being and treat everybody the same way you want to be treated, unless they give you a reason not to. And if they do, then don't necessarily engage. Just pack your bags and get up. Say, all right, man, we can't be friends, unfortunately. Sucks to suck. I gotta go. You know what I mean?
I just be thankful for my country eating happily without you trying to guilt me for the genocide and casualties. I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't black or white, it's conflict designed by the system. I don't need your pronouns, all I see is men and women. Kids are taking pills for fun while people can't afford prescriptions. If you don't like it, go. Hate it, then don't call it home. We don't need no violence, got no time for all you radicals. Screw your status quo, we're not animals. I won't kneel for the anthem, cause the flag is what I'm standing for. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America, you can hate the government and still love the country. The fundamental values of America are concrete. Republicans and liberals are dumb, to put it bluntly. They're labels that they use to create chaos and corruption. You can know the history and still be proud of where you're from. Every flag around the world is covered in a little blood. We started out United States divided is what we've become. If home is where the heart is, you should show America some love.
Oh my goodness. Hold on.
History and still be proud of where you're from.
Yo, oh my, see, that's just the thing. Well, I like what he just said right here, right? People can get so narrow-minded that you forget that you can be both. You don't have to, yo, that's crazy. Again, so social suicide, right? You could be both. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, he just said so much in this little bit of part right here. Hold on, let's run that back.
America, you can hate the government and still love the country. The fundamental values of America are concrete. Republicans and liberals are dumb, to put it bluntly. They're labels that they use to create chaos and corruption.
And yep, right. Pick sides, right? Pick sides. Pick the sides. You don't like the other person and their side and everything, so you attack them. Causes division.
You can know the history and still be proud of where you're from. Every flag around the world is covered in a little blood. We started out United States divided is what we've become. If home is where the heart is, you should show America some love. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America.
And we know that Tom MacDonald does all his props and everything, man. I wonder where he got that truck from. That's tight. I'd be surprised if it's kind of like something that he just built up from the ground. Oh no, that truck is tight. Wonder where he got it from. Anyways, I think that part where he says our freedom is the reason you could disrespect the flag. I think that little line right there is just so like crazy, right? Because that just sums up everything right there. You disrespect it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, freedoms and stuff we take for granted. It's easy to do so when you don't know anything else. But I haven't traveled the country, but I do a bit of reading and everything. And I do know that some of the freedoms we have in here that we do take for granted, we probably wouldn't if we understood what it was like to do the same things, but probably in another area, perspective, right? Sometimes just one look into something could change the entire way that you think, right? Anyways, thought it was a good song, man. You guys let me know what y'all thought about this down in the comments. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.